This is your one and only FireSpark81 with your daily dose of video goodness, and welcome back to another informational Valheim video. Today, I'm going to show you how to build this little universal hut that you see behind me that you can use in all kinds of different ways. Let's get to it. So, as you can see behind me, this hut has a very small footprint, but it packs a lot of power inside of it. I've crammed pretty much everything you would need inside here for a forward operating base. You have storage, you have a bed, you have the fermenter, you have max upgrade stations here, so you have max upgrade workbench, and you have max upgrade forge. On top of that, there's room for a portal and all the different cooking needs that you could possibly want. And on top of all of that, we have an almost completely maxed out resting buff. We have the 16 of the current max of 17 that you can get without a maypole. And the best thing about it is this thing is super easy to throw up, and you don't need a lot of space, so you don't have to level a ton of land. So we're just gonna go over here to this spot here. This looks like a good spot. We're gonna grab our hoe and we're gonna start flattening the land. So we're just gonna go like this, and it doesn't have to be like super flat either. You can just go quick and dirty like we've done here. So there you go, that's it. That's about all you have to flatten and you're good to go. Now, the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna come over here to your building. Well, of course, I'm gonna be building this in creative because it's a tutorial, but obviously you're gonna wanna throw down a workbench somewhere. Obviously. Then you want to come over here and grab your wood beams. So you're just going to find a location here. If you didn't take the time to make it super flat, find a higher location. So something like here looks like it might be a little bit higher, and I want the hut to be lined up this way. So I'm just going to take my first straight piece. This is going to be where my door is, and we are going to just place a beam like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to stick a beam to the side, and we're just going to rotate in one like that. And you're just going to do that all the way around, and eventually you will create a perfect circle. Well, a perfect circle for this game anyway. Okay, so there we go. We have our circle. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place down the floor. Floor is super simple. You're just going to do the exact same thing. You're going to attach a floor piece, then you're going to look at the next one beside of it. You're going to rotate one, and just do that all the way around on your first pass. And then you should have a ring that looks like this. Now what you're going to do is you're going to look for that first piece right here that we placed down. You can see how it highlights there, and we're just going to attach a piece to that. And then we're going to do the same thing for the one right across from it. So right there, and then the same for the one across from that one. So right there. And so on until we have that situation. Now what we can do is we can just go in here and put these pieces in, and we're gonna leave the place out of the center, of course, for our fire. And there we go. So now we have room for our fire. Now we're gonna do the walls. So this is going to be where our door is. So I'm just going to use this door here because it's designed for this door, because that's the door that I like. And now what we're gonna do for the walls is, of course, the same thing that we've been doing. We're just going to go through here and quickly slap one wall on each piece of that frame. Now we're gonna go back through and do the same thing, but with the wood half wall. So we're gonna go up here and we're gonna snap that in, and we're just gonna take the wood half wall around. Okay, now it's time to put in the roof pieces. So we use the 45-degree roof pieces, and of course you're gonna do the same thing that you did before with everything else on your first pass. So you're just gonna go around and line a single roof piece up with each of our wall segments here. Now, when you get to the door, it won't snap there. So to fix that, all you have to do is just grab one of your beams and just put a beam across the door like that. And then you can go back to the roof piece, and you can see the roof piece snaps right in there. Now what we're going to do is take this same roof piece and we're going to go around the top. So if we just snap it right in there, and you can see as we go around the top here, we can simply snap each of the pieces to the ones below them. It's a little finicky, but it's not too hard to do. And there we go. We have completed our roof. So now we have the main part of this done. We can take a look here as we go around the outside, it looks good. But of course now we can't really place a fire here, because if we were to place a fire and it would rain, the fire's not covered, and we still need to vent smoke. And that's really easy to do. All we have to do is come over here and grab these little 26-degree thatch pieces, and I like to line it up with the sides here so everything's nice and symmetrical. So we'll just stand here, we'll place one there, and then we'll place another one here at the top of our wall segments. And then we're going to do the same thing again. So we're just going to place another set on each side, and then you want to grab the 26-degree, what is this called, the roof ridge, and you're going to snap that like so. That protects our fire and leaves room for the smoke to get out. As you see over here, smoke's coming out the top with no problem. Now, I advise not putting in your fire until you are done, because the smoke's going to get in the way of you trying to do a bunch of the stuff with the crafting stations over here. So I advise waiting for that. Okay. Now let's start setting up the interior. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put down our workbench, and we're going to line that up with the back like that. And then what we can do from there is grab our wood floor pieces, and we're going to snap those like that. And then if we look at the side here, we can connect more. So then you're just going to spin that in one so that it lines up with the back, and then do the same thing. So we have this situation going on now. Now what we can do is grab the adds, and we should be able to get the adds to go right up here. If you're having issues trying to see the top of this, I advise putting something down to stand on. You can put like some logs down or just anything to give you some height here so you can look directly down on top of these. It's going to make placing a lot of this stuff a lot easier. So for the adds, you want to get it over to the right as far as you can until it tells you can't place it, and then just kind of edge it back a little bit, just like that. And then we're going to grab the tanning rack, and it should fit right there on top of it like so. Then you're going to grab the tool shelf, and you are going to place it on the wall right here like that. Then you want to grab the chopping block, and that's going to go right over here. Get it as close as you can get it right in there, and kind of just like line it up like that. Okay, so now let's do the forge, because the forge is a pain in the butt to get everything here. So for the forge, we're going to place the forge down right close to this the chopping block there, just like that. And then we're going to come in with the bellows, and we're going to get the bellows as close to it as we can. Next, we're going to grab the smith's anvil. That's the bigger anvil. And what you want to do is just get it close to here, and then kind of run it along the wall until it tells you that it's okay. So you can see right there is our sweet spot, and then we're going to push it back against the wall a little bit and then place it. Then we're going to grab another one of these little 1x1 wood frames here, or wood floor pieces, and you're going to snap right over top of it like that. And then you should be able to stand on something over here, look directly down on top of it, and place the, whatever this thing is called, the forge cooler. Then we're going to come back over here. We're going to grab another one of these wood floors. You're going to hold shift and just kind of line it up with that. You see how there's that little, I don't know, wood trim there? Just line it up with that wood trim directly over top of your bellows. Come back over to crafting, and then you can grab the anvils, and you should, if you need height, jump up on something, be able to get the anvils right over top of it like that. So now we're going to place the grinding wheel. Once again, you're probably going to need to stand on something, so place something down so that you can stand on it to see the top of this thing. We're going to come back over to our 1x1 floor. You're going to snap it all the way to the top here, at the top of your wall segments, and it should line up. You can see how we have this whole wall segment here. You want it to line up right like you see there, and then you're going to just place two of those, and then you should be able to come back over and easily place your grinding wheel up there like so. And then we can delete this because we're not going to need it to stand on anymore. And we can come over here and grab our, whatever this is called, tool or forge rack, and kind of just wiggle it in here. We should be able to get it to snap in here. If for any reason at all you're having problems getting this to place, it's probably this anvil. So what you need to do if you have that problem is come over here, delete this, pick everything back up, And I'm just gonna show you what I did here to get this to work because I was running into a bit of an issue. So now once you've deleted all of those things, you pick up all the stuff, you should be able to get this to place. You wanna shove it down as far as it will go. So right like that, okay? And then what we're going to do is then place our anvils back. So once again, if you need to stand on something, stand on something. I'm just gonna fly real quick because it's easier. So then we're going to grab our anvils. We're gonna make sure we rotate them this way. We want it facing like you see here. And then we're gonna get it as close as we can, like that. And then we place this back. So if you have any problems getting this to place like we have here, just follow those steps. Delete that, place this, then place this, then place this. Okay, next up is all of our rugs. So we're gonna come over here to the furniture and you can place these however you want. It really doesn't matter. Just make sure you get one of each of them in here. So there we go. We got that one. We got that one. And let's just put this one where the bed's gonna go. So once you have all of your rugs placed, then we're going to grab the table. So we're going to place the table right here in the corner. And then we should be able to grab our fermenting barrel, and you can see we just had it. You might have to mess with it a little bit, kind of wiggle it around until you get it to fit like you see here. Now, I don't really like the way it's fitting here. It's kind of hanging off the table a little bit. So what I'm going to do is just grab my table, break it down and grab it. And I'm going to rotate it just a little bit. Something like that. And that should look a little bit better when we go to place this now. Yeah, there we go. That looks way better. So then we can come back over here, grab our chair and just slam the chair underneath of there like that. Now, your bed options, you can use either one of the beds. I'm going to use the dragon bed. So for that, we want to line it up against this wall here and just kind of get it as close to the table and the wall as we can get it. Something like that. All right, and at this point, we're on our way. We're almost there. Next, we're gonna grab a banner. I always like the black banner, and then we're gonna place that right there. Then we're going to grab the raven throne, and we're gonna just line that up with the banner to kind of hide the banner, create a cool little effect there. We just need them both there out of the way. And then for the chests, we can place our chests right here. So we wanna line one up with the wall here, and then line one up with this wall here. And then when we come back over here to the building options and we grab this, we can snap right in over top of it like you see there, and then rotate around, snap to the wall like that. And then that gives us room to then put in another row of chests. So then we can snap them or push them right in there against the wall like that. And then we're gonna come over here, we're gonna hold shift again, because if we let this snap, you can see it's like, it's kind of in it. I hold shift and just push it up just a little bit from that snap point. And then we can do the exact same thing and then come back in here with the chest. Once again, if you need to angle down, you can just stand on something to give you a little bit of height. And then bam, there we go. Now we're going to drop down a portal. And then for the portal, we're just gonna put in a random set of numbers so that it doesn't connect to anything. Now, if you have a portal that you wanna connect to, obviously you're going to put it to that. But if you don't want it always going while you're in here, because it will always go while you're in here, you can turn it off by putting in a random set of numbers. When you wanna go to some place, you put in some place where you wanna go, and then you step away from it and then let it turn off and then step back and pop on, and then it's going to take you to that location that you've connected it to. Okay, at this point, we're almost done. So we need a few other things here that we are missing. So first off, go over to furniture, grab your hanging brazier, and you're going to just snap one of those right in the middle like so. And then you're gonna come over here to miscellaneous, grab your campfire, place your campfire down. Over to crafting, grab a cooking pot, and you're gonna place that just off center, just a tiny little bit, just a little bit. We're gonna go to building. We're going to go to wood beams. We're gonna snap a wood beam there, snap a wood beam there, and there, and there. Now, you can use the wood beams or you can use the log beams, whichever you prefer. And then once you're done that, then you wanna grab your cooking station, and you should be able to line the cooking station right up along the edge there. You might have to mess with it a little bit like that, and then it should cook. And there you go. And that's it. So now you can see we have everything we need to access in whatever area we're in. It takes up a super small footprint. I mean, look at that. Look at how small that footprint is. And everything that we could need is jam-packed in there. Now you're like, Firespark, what about metalworking? Well, I'm gonna show you a trick for the metal stuff. So if you want a smelter, all you do is you grab your smelter. I like it out here by the front door, so we're gonna place it there by the front door. I like the way that this is going to look once we have it done. You place it like that, grab something to stand on to give you some height. Once you have a little bit of height, you should be able to snap your charcoal kiln on top of it. And if you just kind of watch there at the front, you can see how we're pushing it through there. I like it right about like that. Should be just about center. Yeah, that looks good. And then that looks a little wonky just like that. But if you take these and you put one there like that. Nope, in a little, gotta go in just a little more. Like that. And you put one in like that. And then we come around here to the back and we do the same thing. And you can put one here, but it's gonna be in your house a little bit. I just leave that one out. So there you go. I think that looks kind of cool. When you have it like that, you can access the stuff from that side, and you can also reach up there without any issues. And then you have your little smelting setup right here out front of your base. If you have a situation where you can't just walk in like we can on this one, you can see this one here. I got it to a way in which we can just walk in. If you have that problem, you can easily just snap a set of stairs right on the front because we have that beam frame, and then you can walk, or you should be able to walk. Why can I not walk up there? There's stairs there, game. It's stairs. If that happens, hold down shift, line it up like that, and then you should be able to walk right in. It should snap and you should be able to walk right in, but for some reason it was being wonky. So there you go. That's it. That's the perfect little, I don't know what I'm calling it. Perfect fob hut, something like that. I don't know. I just wanted to come up with a cool little hut design where you actually get smoke coming out the top and that it has everything you need in it for any type of application when you're out and about. If you found this video helpful and informational and you enjoyed the build, consider hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload other Valheim content. And I don't just cover Valheim, I cover all kinds of different games, so you never know when I'm going to be making guides for a game that you may be playing. Alright, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. If you like what you saw, consider hitting that sub button. I want to give a big thank you to my patrons for making this episode possible. You are absolutely amazing people. If you'd like to join my elite crew of Patreon supporters, please check out the link in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. If you're shy, you don't like to comment, just hit that thumbs up button and show your support. Until next time, thanks for watching.